Right when I pressed record.
I'm not charged up, dude. I just had PQ.
What?
I just drank a big mellow yellow.
You like mellow yellow?
I do. I love it.
What's it taste like, mellow yellow?
Tastes like Mountain Dew.
Is it done? Is there more in here?
Maybe you could suck up a little
Maybe
bit.
I could try?
Yeah.
It's for ASMR fans.
Oh, we started?
Yeah, we started.
Welcome to
JeanJax
podcast.
I didn't really taste anything. It tasted mostly like water.
Yeah.
I mean, if you drank most of it.
It's a lot like Mountain Dew. It is strange the transition from regular speech into
Podcast
being
mode?
awareness of an audience,
Yeah.
a potential audience.
Right. Yeah, because before the podcast, you were like, Christoph, give me kissies. I love you so much. and then the podcast starts, and you're like, I think that life is like a box of chocolates.
It's actually, I would say, more closer to the opposite.
Life is
It's
not
just
like a box of
no,
chocolates.
it's more like we're sort of looking at our phones and like sort of chit-chatting before it starts.
Yeah.
Then we press record and it's, Christoph, give me kisses. Please kiss my neck.
Yeah, I like how you're saying that now that we're recording, when in reality you wanted kissies. you want everyone to think that the kissies are a bit, but the kissies
the
are
reality
real.
is that kissies are asked for before and after.
Yes,
the
before,
start of
after,
recording.
during. You'll call
for
me
the
up
rest of our lives.
Yeah. You'll call me up at 3 a.m. and I'm asleep at my girlfriend's house, and you'll be like, I need kissies. I can't go to sleep without kissies.
That hasn't really happened, but I will totally start doing that.
Yeah, please do. If
totally
you're ever
just call
awake
you.
really late, give me a call. I'll start putting my phone on ring when I go to sleep. Just
It's like, is that Joe again?
Yeah, he needs kisses. Hold on, Skate.
Yeah.
He needs kisses right now.
Yeah, no.
You're with some girl.
I'm like, hold on, wait, it's 4 o'clock. It's like in SpongeBob when Squidward's like, who wants a Krabby Patty at 4 a.m? And then it cuts to Patrick in bed, and his alarm rings like, oh boy, 4 a.m. And he pulls out a Krabby Patty and eats it.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's a good one.
Right, you got it. Like, I don't know. A burger at 4 a.m. sounds pretty awful.
Oh, I thought you said lit.
No, it sounds bad.
I'm always down for a burger.
A 4 a.m. burger, if you woke up,
I can do anything.
You can't do anything.
Yes, I can.
You can't fly.
In a plane.
No, that doesn't count.
I beat your ass, dude.
That's not flying.
Fucking dumbass.
Planes
bitch,
don't
bro.
fly.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
What do they do?
They
fall with
propel
style.
through.
Like
No,
in Toy Story.
They propel through the air.
Oh,
Which is different.
Okay,
Flying is flapping.
that's not true. You're making that up.
No, I'm not.
I totally was about to believe you.
Nope.
No, you just don't believe you can do things. You
I
think,
don't
like,
believe.
You
Yeah,
think
you're
you
right.
need to have like a regimen. You need to go to sleep at a reasonable hour, and you need to like not drink every day, and you need to like
Those are both
follow
true.
these like patterns. No, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules to this life thing.
Of course, there's no
you
rules.
can murder somebody.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, and get away with it. 'Cause
No,
I'm
you
so
couldn't.
smart.
You couldn't get away with murder.
I'm just saying. Yeah, you're very regimented.
Yeah.
You're like no burgers after bedtime.
No bull goes after bedtime.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy plays by so many rules.
My tummy will hurt.
Oh, it will hurt.
Well, yeah. Well, I
It's
don't
not
know.
worth it.
Yeah, it is, dude. Pull up and dude, let's do an all-nighter tonight.
Why?
Because it's fun. We're
It's
young.
not fun. I'm
We're
sleepy.
thin. Most of us.
I'm gonna be pissy, dude. I'm just gonna be a little dickhead if I try to stay
Come on,
awake.
dude, let's be
I'm
a
like,
little
it's
dickhead.
3. I'm fucking tired. I don't want to fucking be here.
I don't want to be like, let's watch a movie, dude. Let's go to the beach. Let's
yeah,
fucking
like,
go to Waffle
shut-
House.
I'm gonna be full on Squidward mode, dude.
You are Squidward. Dude.
I'm not
fucking
Squidward.
I'm fucking early.
You're
early
you're
SpongeBob,
Squidward,
dude.
bro.
I'm not
If anyone's
Squidward.
yeah, you are,
What
dude.
the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you are, bro.
In what way?
In what way? Let's see here. You got a big nose.
Okay, that's fair.
You're bald.
Yeah. play clarinet.
You have a nasally, annoying voice.
It's not true.
It's not true. And also, you have 6 legs.
I think you're like Squidward.
How am I like Squidward?
You're a little nagging bitch.
Whoa.
Whoa. Dude, we're gonna fucking break up at the end of this podcast.
Yeah, I wish, dude.
We're
We're
just too
bro.
different, man. We're just too different. I'm like a fucking, I'm gonna stay up, and you're gonna leave me behind.
What time did you go to bed last night?
I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping.
Really? Why?
I thought I was gonna. It's one of those things where I'm so tired, and I thought I was gonna go to sleep so early, and then I just end up staying up for like fucking hours.
What time did you go to sleep?
I mean, what time? I was in bed by like 12, 12:30.
I went to bed later.
Huh?
I went to bed later.
I fell asleep at like 5.
I fell asleep never.
I've been awake for
10
15 years. Yeah.
I don't sleep, actually. I actually sleep during the day and wake up at night and I prowl. I go outside and I go.
Yeah, and you hunt mice.
Yeah.
And you bring it back to me and you throw it in front of me. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's disgusting, but you think you've like.
I'm trying to teach you how to hunt.
Yeah. You're like, why don't you fucking
pull your weight around here and kill some mice?
Yeah, no.
You know what?
It's our relationship.
I
if
don't
really think
love
about
about these arms, these like microphone arms, is I have to fart right now.
Oh, and you can't just grab it.
I'm just like I gotta grab it out all the way, so I'm probably just gonna toot.
You can like take out the microphone.
Yeah, I could. It's just another step.
It's worth it.
No.
Yeah, it is.
It might be. I don't know. This doesn't feel like a good fart. It feels like I'm just kind of leaking right now.
I would love for you to shit your pants on the mic.
It's like just sounds like you dropped a rock in mud.
Free Malik.
What an incredible incredible
we have buddy Cameron, who we'll probably have on the podcast.
Yeah, he's very funny.
He has sex, and in the middle of it said "Free Malik." You know, he was going up to everyone and saying, "Look at my sex tape."
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the sex tape.
Bro,
I
he's
don't know what that
holding up
was.
his phone. I'm not looking at the screen. It's total blackness, which. Anyway,
You could sometimes see the shine of his teeth.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, yeah, you don't have you have sex with the lights off?" He's like, "No, the lights are on." I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay," because he's black, and it's just total blackness on the screen, and it sounds like.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like a cartoon sound effect.
It doesn't even. I don't think he's ever had sex before.
Yeah, he's lying. He was just by himself. Well, it was like a girl's voice I could hear, but it sounded like made. I'm like, does anybody have sex like that? She's like, it sounds like she's in a porn or something.
Yeah,
like, I don't remember
she was putting on a show for Cameron.
She was putting on a show, but then, I was hearing that being like, this is fake. This is just some video you found.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't you. And then his voice came up, Free Malik. say Free Malik.
Say Free Malik.
And I'm like, oh, that's you.
That's definitely you. Yeah, because he wanted the woman to say Free Malik, who's, I believe,
his cousin
who's
in prison for armed robbery.
Currently for armed robbery.
So Free Malik. Let's make this happen. Yeah.
Honestly, Free Malik.
Yeah, he said he didn't do it, but I have no.
He may have.
Yeah, but every time
he may have not.
Every time a woman says "Free Malik" as she's having sex,
Angel gets its wings.
Yeah, he gets one day off a sentence.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
If there's some way like the jail could count it, and they're like, all right, well, like 1,000 people want you to go home. Mm-hmm. And they all said Free Malik, and you had a 1,000-day sentence, so you're free to go.
Maybe like charging up the spirit bomb. You ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
I never watched Dragon Ball Z.
There's like to charge the spirit bomb, you have everyone like if it is more powerful if people put up their hands like that. So there's whole sections where they're going on TV and being like, "Everyone, put your arms in the air. We need the power."
Were you doing it at home?
Yeah. I was like, but it would be way better if. You got everybody being like, everybody having sex right now, say Free Malik. Malik just escapes.
Malik's like, yeah! He has like blue hair now, and it's all electrified.
I don't get because multiple comedians they always talk about how much sex they film. I don't get it.
I've never filmed sex ever.
I have filmed sex before, but I mean, it's like not.
It was just.
It's not something I would share with anyone.
Yeah.
What?
It was just gay porn on your computer screen, and you had your phone.
Yeah. No, it was gay porn that I was performing.
I'm going to save this for later.
Why would I need to film? Why don't I just save the video on the computer?
Because you're stupid.
No, what I did was I set the camera up on my desk.
Yeah.
And then
had sex with a man.
Without telling you, and then we fucked in secretly on camera.
That would be awesome, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
if you died. And
what,
I just had video of us having sex.
You released the revenge porn of...
He's dead, but he fucked my ass. I miss him so much.
Dude, what if I did die?
What if you did die?
Yeah, you'd be so sad.
Bro, if you died... Now watch me whip. That's
Celebrate good times.
Come on.
I have no idea how I would react if somebody close to me died. I almost try to imagine it sometimes and guess what.
Who do you think you'd be the saddest about if they died?
You'd be up there. I'd be really sad if you died.
I'd be really sad if I died too.
But then it's like, what if I don't know, like let's say if 20 years from now, after we've like long since we've had our falling out, I probably wouldn't be as sad as I am right in this moment.
Yeah.
You know?
You'd probably be like, man, I shouldn't have been so mean to him. He was actually right.
Yeah, I shouldn't have fucked his mom like that.
Yeah.
He was really mad about it. Our relationship was never the same. Oh, ball is live. Yeah.
All right, look. Don't say that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't say that kind of crap on the podcast.
I would be sad if you died, like really sad. I would go to the funeral. I mean, it's just there's so much. It's just
What would you say at my funeral?
I would be like, he was so good at sex. I love fucking his ass. I probably would.
And then like 18 other guys go, he was good.
You know what? I bet at your funeral, like full of comics, like if Sean Fleet was there, I bet it would be so funny.
It'd probably be a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I bet we'd be reminiscing. You'd be like, yo,
remember when he did
Chris
that?
Dodd,
Yeah,
fucking
remember when he did that?
asshole.
And then Sean will be like, he doesn't have herpes anymore. That's true.
Yeah.
I can't believe herpes killed him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously my close buddies, like, I mean, a lot of, there's people at the top. If my, if my parents died, I'd be like, yes, I get all this money. No.
I'm about to get all this money.
Oh, God.
I ain't no shit all
My life.
Would you rather your mom or dad die?
I don't want to answer that. I would hate it if both of them, I would hate it if either one died.
Yeah, but if you had to choose one.
I'm just kidding. I don't have an answer.
Would you rather okay, so you're on a cliff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's me and your dad, and you can only save one of us. Who would you save? And your dad's going, save Christoph, he's more handsome than I am.
Are you saying save my dad?
And I'm going, yeah, listen to your dad.
If my dad wanted me to save you, I would have to do it.
What if your dad was like, please not, just pick me, not him.
Are you saying
I'm your dad, I'm your father.
Are you both saying pick me?
Yeah.
You're begging for your lives?
I'm like, please, Joe.
I feel like you'd be more just desperate.
I
mean,
Joey.
There's practical ways to analyze this as far as you have more life to live.
Yeah.
You know, you have so much to offer the world of comedy.
How much can your dad offer the world of comedy?
My dad can offer shit, dude.
Jack
he
shit
can offer
to the world of
street
comedy.
jokes he learned in
Yeah, he'd be like, what's
Pennsylvania.
the difference between a woman and a bus?
Yeah.
I listen when a bus is talking.
Yeah, what's the difference between a woman and a piece of shit on the ground?
What?
Nothing.
We should do this in our real acts on stage. Hey guys, what's the difference? And they're all just
Well, that was Bo Burnham has the bit about like when he's gonna do like traditional comedy.
Yeah.
And he's like, so my wife, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, she can't drive. The only thing she can do is drive me crazy. And when she talks back, I hit her. That's such a great bit.
Bro, that's that classic Bo.
Yeah, no, I
That's when Bo was
I really
swinging.
missed the old Bo because he was hilarious.
He was
dude.
swinging hard.
Yeah, I mean that's like he would just have these like fucking one-liners that would, as a kid, I'm like, he's a genius.
He's a swag
He'd
king,
be like,
dude.
he's like, my girlfriend has this really weird fetish where she would dress up like herself and act like a fucking bitch all the time.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. I love cruel, evil.
Well, it's
stuff.
so ironically detached.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
Yeah, and whereas now he's trying to be all like sincere, but him being sincere is just him like literally standing on a stool being like, can Twitter just not exist? It's like there's nothing there. I mean,
Yeah, he's upset about Twitter.
Yeah,
Bro-
but, well, I don't know. I mean, if you value your comedy in some sort of like if you
Irony.
have a point, but it's also funny, perfect. You
Yeah.
know? I'm all about that.
But isn't it hard to do both? It's hard to do both, but the question is like, I think the whole thing.
Or even like using a metaphor, some
Yeah.
kind of story to tell. Like 8th grade, I think, has the same points he's making, but is in the form of like a story. It's not just him
Yeah.
literally saying exactly like these like sort of sermonizing
I think the medium is very important.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's also unclear what Inside even is. It's like a
Yes,
collection
yes.
of like loosely.
It could be
Connected
like
skits.
the tough thing about it is like you call it a comedy special. That it always ends up categorization that bothers me the most, and then I end up going, well, who cares?
What is it? Yeah. Well, I
Who
don't.
cares really what it's called? Did I like it? Did I not like it?
Yeah.
But it also sets up a certain expectation. Like I've seen Bo Burnham specials; they're funny. you
Well,
know?
and they're compared to like actual comedy.
Yeah.
You know, an actual comedy meaning funny, like something that's the point of it is to be funny. Because there's something. I mean, I think ultimately with stand up, I guess again it depends how you categorize it, but what we consider traditional, sort of like what stand up, sort of the point of it is the point is to be funny. You know, I mean, it's then once you're not trying to be funny anymore, it just becomes something else.
It becomes some sort of weird one-man show thing or something.
Yeah, which I like. I like a good one-man show, and I like a good little story that comes together or whatever, but I do miss when Bo would just pretend to be masturbating and fingering his asshole on stage.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I did that the other night, and I swear someone has that joke already.
With fingering an asshole?
Well, my joke, I'm filleting a guy like that. I'm sucking a guy off, and then I started fucking with his balls,
and then,
and then I fingered his ass, and then I said, "That's his ass."
No, I saw that. That was a great moment in comedy,
you, dude. Like I felt really good about that, but then a little part of my brain was like, "Did I take that? Is that?"
I mean, it's like saying, "Did I take a fart joke?" I mean, just doing the act out of fingering someone's ass is not a very original. I mean, it's not like you can't even say parallel thinking. Yeah, I mean, it's like the idea that nobody else has pretended to finger a guy's ass is ridiculous.
The idea that no one's pretended to finger a man's ass is ridiculous.
That is one thing I do like about comedy is how it's like we can have discussions about whether it's an art form or not, and discuss it within like sort of other mediums like film or books, and like what it can offer society, and then you talk about it, and it's like, so I mean, I wanted to do this black guy joke, and it's like, I don't know how to like talk about his dick
without being like, so I talk about like uncut dicks versus cut dicks,
and so like like I want to talk about coming when I poo, but I don't understand.
I want to talk about jerking off on the toilet, but in like a fresh, original way.
It is like, I mean, I do really like. I mean, there's a certain level of, just like, you can sit in on like a philosophy class or like a fucking, even like whatever the religious thing you went to, or like everybody talking about books or talking about film, and there is a certain level of just like, come on guys, what are we, we're all being smart and cool here, and then with comedy, it is just this break, I think it's, at least that's why I like it as sort of an art form, is like, I like sitting out back behind the show and just being like, fucking free Malik, as a sort, instead of being a musician or whatever. I mean, like I like the aesthetic of like a comedian. Like, I really like the smoke around. The art life of it. Smell weed and I mean, it feels artistic in like a non-artistic way. You know what I mean? Like I like how it's, even when you compare it to other forms of comedy, like improv is so gay or it's like you got comedy. It's obviously still like cringy and shit, but there's a certain level of like unpretentious sort of like assholishness.
It's blue collar.
No, there's no pretension. It's like,
well, there is.
There can be,
and
but
it sucks when there is.
Yeah, well, it's you're out there wearing like a hoodie and you're like talking about dicks and just being fun. I mean, the laughter of it, even like behind. Like when you're at an open mic, the laughter outside of the comedians talking to each other, it is like, I mean, just people, when a nice group thing comes and it's this weird. Louis described like the sort of laughter and like the rhythm of it to like music. It's like you get the joke and then the setup is like leading somewhere. It's got momentum and then it reaches a crescendo and you hear the laughter. It is this weird rhythmic kind of song. Yeah,
and then similar to music, there's tension and there's like build up and release. Kind of the same way.
Just like when I masturbate.
Just like when you masturbate. And I'm fingering a guy's ass. No, I mean, I think my like thing with stand up that I get insecure about is that it's not possible to be like super deep in it, and I think part of me just has to accept like it's fine, not to do that. Well, like it's possible to do it, but I have to accept like maybe I can't do it yet, know?
Yeah. Maybe it's not super deep.
Right.
Like you can never, it's not like people are going to be, well, they'll quote it, but they'll quote it to be funny. It's more like, it's not like David Foster Wallace where like, look at this passage. It's like, whoa, it's like poetic and like artistic. It's like Louis, I mean, is a really good example of like, to me, a lot of what he's saying feels so deep to me, but it's not, it's not deep in a poetic way. It's not deep in a way where you're like, those words really came together in such a beautiful way. It's more like you kind of have to look at the subject and be like, wow, he was kind of making a good point there. Like, that I think what makes comedy can make comedy deep is taking something serious and making it funny, or taking a concept and making it fun. I mean, the funniness is, I think, what adds the deeper layer. Like Lauren did shrooms the first time, and I was talking to her about it, and the way I was describing acid sometimes, or like psychedelics, is like sometimes something can just be so funny.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the hardest laughs I've ever had is like on shrooms or whatever. And oftentimes to me, when I'm laughing that hard when I'm on psychedelics, there is like this added level of like I'm laughing at it, but in my head I'm almost thinking like, whoa. You know? Like, that is, not only is that the funniest thing ever, but it's really funny because it's so deep, or like it's so true. Or like all of it's coming together in this grand sort of way that goes back to like this other thing or whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's sometimes it makes me like funny things, specifically on mushrooms. It like comes with a feeling of awe.
Yeah, or
which
like
I think is so
complete
strange.
Absurdity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of like this goes back. You know, like I'm laughing at this thing, but it's also like it's some big metaphor or something. It's like this. It's like, whoa, that is just like life. I remember there was one, me and my brother, like when I was in high school tripping with him. I visited him in college and we tripped. And that was when we really got into Jordan Peterson and like JeanJax and stuff. Yeah. And there's a guy made a parody of it, and we were on acid watching this parody of Jordan Peterson talking to JeanJax. Yeah. And it's basically just a guy doing an impression of like JeanJax being like, he's like making noises, and then Jordan Peterson's like, hickory dickory dock. And, and then me and my brother were crying, laughing. We were also like, this is it, dude. Like, this is culture or something.
Yeah. Maybe it's, I don't know. I remember feelings of like a certain primal thing with mushrooms, and then when you're laughing too, I almost feel like a monkey. You know, like you ever see like a monkey be in awe of like it? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a specific,
or laughing at something. The noise of it. It's like whooping and
it's
like
similar. Or you just like, I just in my mind I just see like a monkey with a bone and it hits a tree and it's like clonk. It's like. Oh, like it just like short circuits the monkey.
That reminds me of we were one time there was like a bonfire, and we just realized we didn't have any of the tools to make a bonfire. But they had these pallets, and we needed to break the pallets, and we had cinder blocks and pallets. And so we were just throwing the cinder. We were like setting it up and throwing the cinder block on the. And it literally is exactly what you're describing. Is we figured it out, and we set it up, and we throw this, and it cracks in half, and go woo! Like we're just like Eventually we're just carrying around the cinder blocks. Like,
yeah, you're like somehow you lost your pants at some point.
Well,
your dick's out. And you're,
yeah. Well, it's also funny too. We're starting a fire.
Yeah.
And we're just going yeah. We're just like all cheering for the fire that we somehow figured out how to set.
And then you all just start fucking.
Yeah, one person's trying to fuck the other. We just gonna fight over it.
Like a girl goes to kiss you, you shove her off and grab a guy.
Yeah, exactly. No, that doesn't happen. But yeah, no, acid makes things funny. As far as comedy as an art form, it is like I don't understand laughter, you know, in the same way. I guess it kind of doesn't make any sense why like a song can give you goosebumps or something. It's almost like this otherworldly sort of thing that you're tapping into. I think laughter is similar, where like a lot of the time I'll be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. Like I don't know what is making these words cause this reaction. Right. You can intellectualize it and be like, oh, set up and punchline and like the tension release, and you can intellectualize it like that, but at the end of the day you're listening to the noise of laughter. Like what is that reaction, you know? Like,
I don't know what it is for like caveman evolution purposes. I don't really know why it
like a baby can think shit is really funny.
A peekaboo, they laugh.
That's set up delivery. Peekaboo is the ultimate joke. I mean, I don't know. It's weird to think like we developed it. I don't know. Do other animals do it? I think monkeys laugh.
I think
it's funny when you see monkeys
rats
do
laugh
human
and you
shit.
tickle them.
Oh, really?
You can tickle them and they make a noise they only make when you tickle them.
Yeah, I mean it's funny when animals exhibit like kind of human behavior. Have you seen a monkey see magic?
No.
And they'll like make a card disappear, and the monkey's like, Like, yo. It's really funny, those videos. It's just like starts looking around to see
he's
like
running around
where
the
fuck
cage.
it went. Yeah. Sometimes
banging on the
mad.
glass.
Like, ah!
Give me my card back, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, I don't know if other animals laugh.
I don't know. What would you do to make a monkey laugh? Put a banana in your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, so my wife.
So, you ever notice you go around the sock department and there's only long socks?
Monkey go,
You think monkeys would like Jerry Seinfeld?
no, he's Jewish. Monkeys notoriously hate Jews.
Anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
I'd love to see they're like marching. These are the anti-Semitic monkeys.
We finally teach monkeys how to talk. And they're just like, they just start speaking German.
That's why they've been ripping off people's faces.
They're so mad about Jews.
Yeah.
The first thing that monkey says is, how are you letting them control the government?
The first thing the monkey says is,
Sandy Hook never happened.
dude, Alex Jones the monkey. Bruh. No, monkeys like being anti-Semitic. It would like, I feel like it would cement people's beliefs even more.
Oh, they'd be like, this is primal.
Like, damn, monkeys think it. Goddamn, monkeys know they're up.
Maybe we did come from monkeys.
I didn't come from those. I come from that monkey. That would mean that
Charles Darwin was right.
that damn Charles Darwin, he was on or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would love it if some animal just suddenly became sentient once Elon Musk figures that shit out. That'd be cool.
Is he gonna do that?
Monkey. Yeah, if he puts like a little chip in their brain or whatever.
Yeah,
I think
they're
like,
like-
he's experimenting on pigs.
He's like, hello, I'm an orangutan. I
Yeah.
feel like orangutans would talk like that. They'd be like, hello.
Wearing a monocle, I picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see those orangutans with the big giant facial flaps?
Where it's like on their.
Yeah, their cheeks are
cheeks, yeah.
gigantic.
I've seen certain pictures of orangutans. Yeah.
Yeah, I was learning about them, and not all. Only the alphas have that.
Oh damn.
And you know what the betas do?
Hmm.
The betas will like mix in with the women, and then you can't really tell. Like the orangutans can't tell a
Yeah.
girl from a boy, and then the the betas who look like girls will just like low key go fuck it.
That is very symbolic
Yeah.
of
Very
our
sneaky, and he's
current
like-
culture. Yeah.
And then the alphas with the
Adam
big.
Conover just trying to be a.
Who's Adam Conover?
Adam Conover is the Adam Hates Everything guy. There's that infamous Joe Rogan
bro.
thing of them arguing about
That guy
alpha
just
males.
gives me like, he just makes my stomach upset when I look at his fucking haircut.
Yeah. Well, I mean the and yeah, his voice. I mean, I don't know. The it's kind of this clip is like a similar vein to like enjoying a feminist gets owned compilation or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
hard to bring up without sounding like that kind of dude. But that it is a beautiful thing of just Adam Conover being like, yeah, you know, like him and Joe Rogan are talking. And Adam's like, yeah, you know, alpha males just don't exist. Like, it's a concept just made up by people, and like, there's no such thing. And like, you know, a guy playing a D&D game is like an alpha in that environment. And Joe Rogan's just sitting there like, yeah, but women like strong, athletic guys. You know, like with muscles. And he's like, I don't think so. I don't think girls want like athletic, strong guys. I don't know. It's just 50 minutes of that. It's just him, Joe Rogan, being like, yeah, you know, I think sometimes it's cool, but I think sometimes you're a bitch, you know?
Yeah, I mean that just sounds like a semantic game he's playing.
Like a sort of coping mechanism as to why. Like, I mean, obviously, it's funny to hear it from Adam Conover because he's saying these things
Yeah.
as a sort of effeminate
Yes.
kind of dude. It sounds like a defense, you know?
Yeah,
it sounds like he's
super
like, well, I'm
defensive.
actually alpha because I'm, you know, I relate to women. or whatever. And Joe Rogan could not be more opposite. Of
Yes.
Just like, it's going against everything he believes as far as like, no, you're a man.
Right.
Because you work out and you are confident. And I mean, I do think people's argument, Adam Conover's argument, was that this concept of like alpha wolves doesn't exist in nature
Yeah.
and all that. And I believe that. I mean, I don't think it's that simple. However, in like our human culture, it's whether you want to break it down by alpha males or not, there's confident people and anxious people.
Yeah.
And there's people who are I don't know if alpha is the word, but cool, confident, put together, have a lot of life experience. If they walk into a room, they know what the fuck they're like.
Yes.
There's those people, and then there's people who can't fucking do that.
Yeah, there's the well socialized, confident, in shape, healthy man.
Yes, there is cool, alphas and betas. Yeah, I mean there's different versions and different types, but yeah. I feel like that's what the Jamie, pull that up. It's just a picture of you. This is what I'm talking about.
An alpha male.
Yeah.
I'm like this.
Yeah, because I mean I'm saying this, and it's not like I'm alpha, but it's like,
yeah,
I can definitely recognize that there's.
It's a strange. Well, the thing is
pussies
like,
and there's
yeah. I mean, of course, there's like people who are like lame and like nervous and don't get any pussy and all that stuff. Like, of course, that's true. But at the same time, the qualifying of alpha and beta is kind of gay.
What, as far as what makes someone an alpha? Or
well,
whatever?
just not even like the act of doing it. People who
of course,
people who are into it. It's like people who care.
Yeah, that's the whole
lot,
Andrew Tate thing.
Yeah, it's really goofy, dude. It's so goofy.
Yeah, I can't imagine caring. I mean, that's a clear cope too. I mean, it's like
what?
Well, you've got the people who are like saying. There's like, actually we're all on a level playing field, and like I'm actually really, or like there's no difference between everybody, and that's a clear cope as to like you being a bitch.
Yeah.
But then there's the other end of like anyone who's I guess we're talking about it, but anyone who genuinely is like saying they're an alpha.
Yeah.
Or like acting like it matters or exists. I guess I'm saying it's
no,
like,
I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
No, but I'm like anyone who's saying that is like presenting some completely fake sort of idea that is like weird, and they're not. That's a cope too.
Yeah, we all know the machismo guy who's like deep down, deeply insecure.
Yeah,
like you see this artifice of a man.
Yeah.
It's like he might be jacked, he might be handsome, but he just hates himself for some reason.
Yeah.
Like he got hit as a kid, and or he's. Just,
I don't like the terminology, but when I think of guys that I know who are just like. Fucking
swag
cool.
kings.
They're swag kings. That's that's the word I use. It's like, and the swag king thing doesn't even have to do with fucking a swag king can be out of shape or fucking but
a poet could be a swag king. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
If he's just
dude.
like
Camus is a fucking swag king, bro.
I mean, Camus is 1,000% a swag king.
Yeah.
Or just like some guy. I'm trying to think of someone I know, but like someone who's just like really great with something. And
you talk to them and you're like, this person has lived a whole fucking life, and
they're smart and they know who they are, and they're
likable,
really good at things.
Yeah,
they could be ugly and fat, but if it's like this guy shreds guitar and his band fucking rules, and he fucking pulls bitches and he just gets drunk and everyone loves him.
Yeah,
swag king. But he looks like a fucking but he looks like a dweeb. He's fat, but he's the man.
Mm-hmm. So there's people in my life
like
that
Stav's kind of a swag king, and he's a
swag
disgusting man.
Exactly.
He is horrible to look at, but he's very funny.
Pussy.
But he gets mad pussy, and he's hilarious, and he's really good at shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can. Yeah, it's like when I think of people I admire. Yeah, I mean the terminology is just cringe. Alpha, beta. I mean these are not swag kings. Saying that stuff. These are I mean, if you're
these
actually
are swag serfs, dude.
Yeah, they're fucking I don't know, but I mean, I kind of model my idea of like a how to be a person off of sort of like the swag kings that I can think of through whether it be artists or writers or fucking what Patti Smith would call
a rock and roll
and you just I like. There's definitely people I admire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, I think you need
people to look up to.
You need people to look up to, because if you just go like, oh, well, anybody can be fucking,
No.
I don't know.
Well,
I just don't like the idea that there's no difference between people.
Of course there is.
Yeah. It's like, and Adam Conover's right in that like, yes, if there's a D&D session going on and like the cool basketball player is in that environment, he would be on a lower social hierarchy or whatever.
Maybe,
Or not, probably not. Or he'd be like still a chill ass dude or whatever. I mean,
well,
that's really
you know
what it
the
comes down
ultimate
to.
swag king would be the guy who's the captain of the basketball team who also likes D&D and is well liked by all the. That guy exists.
Yes. Well, no, I knew guys like that in high school,
Exactly,
and I tried
dude.
to be that. You know, someone who can get along with anybody and
yes,
is a nice guy.
who's really
and-
sociable and can like function really well in social environments, but also can fucking dunk.
Yeah, because on
That
that
guy
level, then
exists.
yes, that is an objective qualifier
Yeah,
for someone who is better at talking to people
right.
or better at being in a hierarchy.
Right, or is at
whatever.
least smart enough and like self-aware enough to not be like, "Fuck this is fucking gay." Like,
yeah.
that's a fucking dumb move.
Yeah, nah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, that shit's whack as hell, dude.
Yeah, but no, I
It's
mean,
non-judgmental and secure.
yeah, I mean, everybody can be, you
Yeah.
know.
No, I'm definitely judgmental and insecure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
No, I'm judgmental as fuck.
yeah,
But we're swag kings, so
yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It
I
is
mean-
funny when people make judgment about us in YouTube in the YouTube comments of like,
yeah,
we still get notifications for
for the
this fucking
Hitchens thing.
for the Hitchens thing
it
for the
doesn't have
people.
that many views. It's people searching Hitchens.
Yes.
I'm like, there's no way this is in an algorithm.
Yeah.
It doesn't have enough. It's like 2,000 views on a short, which is not a lot of views.
Well, the Schopenhauer one is even more.
yeah,
weird
it's got
to
like
me.
6K.
Well, Schopenhauer, I still see people so upset about that and like defending him and saying like how fucking gay we are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, it's a fucking like I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like all the assessments of like we're like making fun of him for being a beta, and everybody in the comments like, you guys sound like the real betas. It's like, this is motherfucker.
Who
It's like I
cares?
don't understand why you took the time out to.
It's just like goofy. It's just
Yeah.
it's just goofy to like look up to like someone like Schopenhauer who's just such a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, or just not have a sense of humor about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, or be humorless. Well, if you look up to a guy like Schopenhauer, you're probably not very funny.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I mean,
that's one thing about philosophy classes is like, yeah, it's not. There's very little humor about it, and it kind of annoys me. when
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
is
like,
annoying.
Guys, come on.
I wonder who's like if there's a funny, notably funny guy in philosophy.
me
and you, baby, we can pull that
That's
boy.
what JeanJax podcast is about.
Yeah, dude.
Louis C.K. dude.
Comedians are the modern day philosophers.
No, I don't know. I mean, there's probably people who say like humor is like the greatest virtue or whatever, but he's probably took like 100,000 pages to say it, and it didn't have a single joke in it.
No, it's humorless completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like I don't know. There was one guy I heard about. I sent you. I think like the Philosophize This podcast about
Yeah,
him, just like
yeah.
with the Spark Notes.
I think you
about
sent me
him.
the one where he talks about failure.
Failure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought he had some funny takes. Like he
Mhm.
would say like he's like the greatest people in the world, or he'd say like. He's like, I've met many winners. I hate them all. He's like, losers are the
Yeah.
greatest people on earth. I'm like, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I mean that's a Neil Young dude. Meet the losers at the best bars. Meet
Yeah.
the winners in the dives.
yeah.
But
dude. I just want like some fuck up guy is usually pretty cool, you know.
yeah. Well, I mean that's my whole thing in being in these philosophy classes. I do prefer the sort of attitude of just like, all right, I don't care about this class. Like,
Yeah.
I like it because I'm interested, but I am thinking about other things, and I think you all should be too. Or I don't know.
More
Like,
engaged in real life.
well, yeah, I mean, it's like if not even actively, yeah, I'm like trying to pay attention in class, but I'm like thinking about like, I don't know, like I'm hungover or something. Like, you should be hungover in philosophy
Yeah?
class. It's like it's like, you know? Like I had a professor last year, like it was like a couple semesters ago, who's like this cool Asian dude. He had a kind of an accent, and his lectures made no sense.
Yeah.
The philosophers he was teaching also kind of made no sense. So him combined with that, couldn't understand what he was saying. But he was a cool dude. He always wore Converse, and he was like 60 years old, and his old tie hung, and he would just walk around with like like so hunched over. And occasionally he would start going off about like, he just lose his train of thought and be like, but this doesn't matter. He's like, no, you guys should be getting drunk right now. He's like, don't study. He's like,
He
don't,
said that?
Yeah, he's like, don't study, just get drunk. and he's like, yeah, and if you have any questions, you know, I'll be sure to answer it if you want to make a time to like meet with me, but you have to buy me a beer. It's also he's like this 6-year-old Asian guy, which makes it even funnier. He's not like a cool like
No.
you know like Chad looking dude. He's just this old Asian guy that's like, yeah, none of what you're learning right now matters unless you can apply it to your lives.
Yeah.
And he's basically, his point was, yeah, if you're a fucking loser about it, just like don't, you know, just I guess you're kind of learning the wrong stuff, or like you're like
right.
taking away the wrong shit. But that's the one things I paid attention to. I was like, cool.
Nice, dude.
But I don't know. I mean, then that attitude can only go so far. I mean, I can probably get my minor with that attitude, but the PhD students are the ones who aren't hungover.
Yeah, they're taking
know?
it seriously.
Yeah, they're taking it very
well,
seriously.
it depends on. I mean, I guess what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to like. I don't read any philosophy really. I have like a very superficial interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch a YouTube video every now and again.
Yeah,
You
have a
know?
nice little quote to pull out.
I'll
a good
pull out a
conversation.
quote,
Yeah.
or sometimes I'll think about shit. But am I gonna crack open Hegel?
Yeah,
No,
and it's impossible.
never.
Doing the readings for those classes is impossible, and I've never done it. I've looked up Spark Notes on everything. 'Cause
Really?
It's so much easier
It's so
to
dense.
obtain the information.
Yeah, but then I always worry about like, I guess it's their interpretation is better than none, because I feel like I'm so stupid that if I tried to read it genuinely, I would go, I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm not smart enough or well read enough to get anything from it.
Mm-hmm.
But some summary of some guy who can put it into dumb terms for me, I'll fucking consume that, and just
Yeah.
that's the best I can do with this stuff.
Well, there's that. I mean, for me, it was just like I would have assigned readings and be like 60 pages to read in like 2 days, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's 60 pages that I also have to like reread every page twice to really understand
Right,
any
it's like
of
4
this,
hours
and
of
like it's a
reading.
lot of work to be able to get like Kierkegaard or like fucking
Yeah.
Nietzsche or whatever, and the summary is just I'm going to read this before class. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just so much quicker. And
Yeah.
it gives you the information without any of the bullshit, without having to figure it out or like put together.
Yeah,
the
but I always
puzzle.
wonder the value in figuring it out. It's like
It's work. I mean, yeah, it's however much
yeah,
work
but
you
then
want to put in.
it gets like more in your bones. It's
True,
like
yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
if I
looking
was-
up the answers in the back of
yeah.
the book of math versus
Well,
doing it.
if I had bought either or like Nietzsche out of interest, I would certainly want to read them. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to pass the test. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
definitely was encouraging me not to
Right.
just
It's
to
an
give the
interesting-
quickest, most. Because also I can have an interpretation of some of these books and get it wrong.
Right.
I would just look up the summary anyway, just so I'm like, all right, am I right about this? Am I like,
Yeah, it's
am I on the right
weird.
page? Am I learning the right stuff for the test?
Yeah, I've tried to read Camus and I don't know. I was like, I don't. He'll reference things like, oh, I don't know what you're even. Now I have to read that. Like, do I
Yeah.
have to read that to get this? Like,
No, it is a little silly.
and then
I
I
mean,
talked to a friend of mine who, at my old job, who was a philosophy minor or something. He'd studied philosophy in college. I don't
Mhm.
remember in what regard, but he was like, yeah, you should probably just start at the beginning. And I'm
Mhm.
like, what? He's like, yeah, do Plato. And I'm like,
yeah.
damn, dude, that
well, and
sucks.
they're all connected. I think reading
Right, that's the
philosophy
shitty part.
requires so much context.
Yeah, exactly.
So taking a class is just so much like a better way of consuming it, because you at least have like how all these people are connected and what
Yeah.
movements they were a part of.
right.
It's like impossible to understand like Kant's ontological arguments about like space and time and our perception of reality or whatever without understanding materialism or rationalism or all the
Right,
guys that
right.
were like
You have to
debating
start
about that
there.
before him.
You-
Because he's combining the ideas of all these other guys and this other movement that it's like you're trying to pull together.
Yeah, it's all built on the back of the next guy or whatever, or the
Yeah.
previous guy.
Yeah, and you'll understand the reference. They're constantly talking about each other.
Yes,
know,
it's
it's
just
like,
confusing as shit. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the end goal obviously was not to make everybody understand what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That was not the end goal.
No, it's for academics.
It's
and
for
yeah.
other philosophers,
Mhm.
which is kind of like, it's very insular.
Which,
so if
yeah.
you have a guy like me who like fucking slept his way through an English degree,
Yeah.
it's not for me. I'd have to start on my
Yeah,
own. It's
yeah.
like hard.
And I'm not trying to, like, as someone who's interested in philosophy or anything, I'm not trying to make any sort of impact in the greater conversation of humanity or whatever.
Right,
like
right,
figuring
right.
out these great ideas. I just am on my little road. I'm
Yeah,
driving
yeah,
driving on the highway of life. And I try my best. It's like I do think learning about this stuff does help me with these big questions. And,
Yes.
and I take away what I can, and sometimes I can be talking to a artsy girl and be like and pull out some deep shit or
Yeah,
reference
yeah.
something that might impress them or whatever,
Yes.
and then it's like I do really like hearing about it, but I'm not. There's no. That's the extent,
Yeah.
It's maybe some nihilistic thing of like I'm going to die, and let me just kind of vibe as hard as I can. That applies to like politics or anything. Like I'm not gonna get too invested in this shit.
Right.
I'm just going to take what I can to be a functioning person who's enjoying his life and isn't so confused and anxious and lost. You know, it's
Right.
like whatever is going to help me through this.
It's gonna mitigate like the negative emotion as much as you can, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with like philosophical stuff too. It's just like I have my own woes, and maybe some answers are found within this, and maybe I'll glean something from it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can be daunting to think like, oh, I'd have to know so much to know these things, and it's like, why did I decide at some point that I wanted to?
Yeah.
It's probably just so I can literally go, I know that.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, that
I
was
feel
me in high
insecure that I
school.
don't know things.
Yeah.
It's like fucking everybody knows nothing. I know I know a decent amount about like comedy, and that's it, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you just want to be a swag king, and
Yeah,
and that's the goal.
I mean, you're saying like I genuinely do want to like you're talking about like philosophy, like studying it. It's like I don't want to impact the field of philosophy. Like I am interested in like doing something with comedy,
Yeah.
like that actually I think I can do. I can make things that I don't know if it would necessarily change comedy, but just contribute to the things I like about it and
No, I think
bolster
so
them.
too. No, I mean that's the
At
goal.
the very least.
I mean, I guess that's like a difference in maybe there's open micers who feel the same way about comedy as I do about philosophy. Of like, of like I like doing it, but I'm not gonna do this or that. But there's levels.
I'm not gonna change the game of it.
Yeah.
It's like no, I'd like to be a part, like genuinely be a part of the game.
Yeah, I think we are to an extent.
Yeah, we're already doing it, but
Yeah.
I think the end of it, not, or where it ends up will be.
It's also
I
the
think it'll be
bar. I
big.
think is so much lower for comedy, and also so
Yeah.
much more eyes on it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's much less people that are gonna care if you write a philosophy dissertation.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to get followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's like, I mean, that's one thing about comedy that it's like being a musician. The dream is just impossible. It
It's
seems
really hard,
impossible. Like a famous musician, like
Yeah.
anybody who can have any kind of impact or whatever, and you got to do it so young. Whereas it was surprising to me at a certain point in comedy when I realized I'm like, this is possible.
Yeah.
It is totally possible to make money from this. It is totally possible to get really good and be better. I mean, maybe it is just like a sort of level thing of like a certain amount of base level talent. I don't know how much you think that factors into it.
Yeah, of course. Well, I think it's. I mean, you say that now, but see yourself in 3 years and you're exactly in the same spot. It might
could be true.
That
Yeah, I mean,
could
but
happen. You know what I mean?
I'm not even saying it's gonna. I'm saying the possibility.
Yeah, the possibility.
I've just seen it happen around me.
Yeah, I mean,
often,
but
like,
you could also like be a musician and just blow up on TikTok. Like that happens all the time.
I guess that's true, but you can also be a musician and kind of, it's your band falls apart so easy. Or whatever, as opposed to comedy. I have no even prediction of how it's going to turn out, but you can always do it.
Yeah.
You don't need a band. You know what I mean? You don't need.
No, you don't need a lot.
You don't even need to fucking like go on these crazy tours or like make it your whole fucking life.
No.
It's like you can just do it while
Yeah.
you're.
You
I
can
think
just-
somebody comments on one. I think it might have been Randy Ross commented on a podcast being like, I want to do stand up and
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
guys my age doing it makes me want to try it.
Yeah.
I think he was also saying though he wanted to take a 6-week comedy class. I would
Yeah.
say, Randy, maybe a waste of time.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
don't do
yeah.
that.
Just go to a open mic.
Yeah, go
Just
to
sign up and bomb. Just write for like an hour and try to think of what jokes you would want to say for 5 minutes and
Yeah.
then bomb with those.
It's gonna be way more valuable than listening to some fucking probably not that great comic trying to make money off
it's
of you.
probably, I don't know where you're living at, but like the odds of it being a decent like it's comedy teachers are people who can't make real money doing comedy, so they partner up with a club or some venue or something, and then it's basically like a fucking little like bucket list pyramid scheme at the end of the day.
Yeah, and they tell you not to go to open mics sometimes. And it's
Yeah,
like,
they
no, that is
discourage
the
you
only
from-
way to get better is going to open mics, and
Yeah.
it's free.
And it's free. I mean, depending on where you
And
are.
you meet people. I
And
think
you
the
meet
best
people.
comedy class, especially for me when I started, the best way to make friends too, and to like is just kind of as a 19-year-old asking people sort of like how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like how do you write jokes, and then you meet somebody else and they write jokes a little bit differently, and then you figure out your method of doing it,
Yeah.
and then you make friends too. That's like a big one. Is you just you show up to comedy and you ask people questions, and then eventually you start hanging out.
Yeah,
And then
because
and then it starts being fun.
you'll see people who are decent. You know, you'll see some guy who has like 5 minutes that made you laugh. You'll wonder how he did it. You'll talk to him about it. You know, he's complimented because you said that was funny.
And then you'll see
like
somebody else who just sucked, and you're
yeah,
like,
and you'll
"Man,
go,
is
okay,
that-"
well, don't do that. Don't talk to that guy. He stinks. He's a loser. I hate him.
Yeah.
And he beat him up. That's what I did to Joe.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did when you met me.
Yeah, and then I kissed him.
I don't know. Do you remember meeting me when I showed up to the scene?
Was it Austin's?
I think that was when I met you, or like understood who you were.
Yeah.
That was you, Mark Agnon,
Yeah.
Ariana, Jake, and Ben Brainerd was out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was you guys were all fucking joking and making jokes, and Joe was out there bombing. Joe Sensabella,
Yeah.
He kept looking at me. He's like, "I'm bombing, dude." and I was doing my best, just kind of sit around and like participate in the conversation, because I could kind of tell you guys were talking about stuff I knew a little bit about, you know, or like had opinions on, like.
Yeah.
And
I think 8th grade came up.
the movie.
I think we talked about 8th grade. If it was
There's
in the
no-
front of Austin's.
Maybe that. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's I guess 8th grade did come out that long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was a interesting, because Mark kept saying like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're gonna be gone in 2 weeks."
Yeah.
He was
he's
like,
right.
he's like, all these. We see this all the time, like UCF kids coming in
Yes.
and doing it once and stopping. I mean, I've seen my friends be like, "I just want to try it," and I see them at 2 with mics, and
They never do it again.
yeah, I give them encouraging words, but they stop doing it or whatever.
Yeah. That's going to be the bulk of people,
Yeah.
is those people who have drifted in and out. And then at least like in our scene, there's 20 comics doing it really consistently.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a big scene like that, but we've seen hundreds of people try it.
Yeah.
And 20 of them have remained, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what keeps people going. I mean, like, I guess you try it and then you suck dick, or like
Yeah.
it's a bad night at Austin's or whatever, and you're like, "Oh, this is how it's gonna feel all the time."
Yeah,
Like,
no,
this
thank
isn't
you.
fun. I don't
No,
want
it
to
sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know why I continued.
Yeah.
That
you
was
sucked,
horrible.
Right? Yeah.
That was horrible for like, I was really, 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 really bad for like 3 months.
That would be so fascinating.
And
Do you have
then-
any videos of this?
No.
Dude,
And then-
I have my first set on video, like in my little high school.
Yeah,
open
but
mic.
you did good though.
I did amazing. I did better than I've ever done since.
Yeah. That's funny because I know you and Chris Renoir have that same story of doing the high school talent show and fucking murdering. And I'm like, dude, I could never. I would have bombed. I would just never have signed myself up for that. I'd be
Yeah.
like, dude, that sounds mortifying. I would never do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I just hit the flow state, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm gonna get so much pussy. The plan.
I was just making videos for like us that made the videos to watch again and laugh at.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like very rewarding.
Wait, what?
Just like we would make stupid videos. Like
Like in school?
sometimes in school, yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember that shit. No, I love being like a little creative funny boy. But what
Yeah, I loved it.
like when you started, did it feel like the worst feeling in the world when you first bombed? I mean, Louis has the same story of just feeling so bad.
I felt horrible, and I went up at a coffee shop that's not even open anymore called Natura. I thought I was going to do 5 minutes. I think I did 2, 2.5. And I just, my voice was trembling. I didn't move. I
You
was
were
shaking.
fat
I was fat.
Yeah.
And actually, I wasn't. I don't think I was fat.
Oh.
And then you were fat. And I just I just left the coffee shop immediately. I just bolted out of there.
Ugh, yeah.
And then I didn't. And then I started getting pussy for the first time in my life. I got a girlfriend, and then I didn't do comedy because I was making love for the first time. I was very in love
Yeah.
and distracted.
No, that'll happen.
And for 4 months, and then I fucking went back to it after.
Do you think there's anything
We
that
broke up.
has been like that since, like, you've been really going on comedy? Is like something that just distracted the fuck out of you
Nothing can
and
stop
made
me
you
now.
not? Yeah, not. I'm unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of righteousness.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of righteousness. I'm a soldier of comedy.
I'm a
so
soldier of comedy.
all I'll ever do is be great. Yeah.
You're
Should put in the
joking.
clip of Harmony Korine.
I love that clip.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
my
the,
favorite
it's
thing
the,
in the world.
It's also just such a funny way to answer that question.
Yeah, I showed Skate it, and she was like, "I'm fucking fired up."
Yeah, no. Well, no, it's also like when you can when he believes it and he can back it up. I mean, he is a soldier of cinema.
Yeah, he is.
It's
he's
like
Harmony Korine, dude.
Yeah, no, it's just that much belief in yourself.
It's beautiful.
It's like even like Kanye to a level is like someone to admire. It's just like, dude, I'm a fucking genius. Walt Disney, Shakespeare, Picasso, and you look at him and it's like, dude, kinda.
Yeah.
You know? It is way different for a guy who sucks at saying that. But if a guy is on the side of righteousness,
delusional.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I love feeling like a fucking warrior.
Yeah, dude, I'm a warrior of comedy, dude. I had a great set yesterday. I felt like a true warrior of comedy.
Fired up, yeah. Wait till a week from now, you're like, I don't know, Josh.
Yeah, dude, I feel like
funky,
crumb.
dude.
Well, I just got through like to the other side of some of this material that I'm working on now.
That's the cycle of it. Yeah, I mean, once I'm in the need of like a new like bit that I really believe in.
Yeah.
It's like right now it's just a bunch of me trying stuff that I'm like, I don't really.
Yeah, that's
I can't
the
figure
worst.
this out.
The dentist thing kind of fucking unlocked my little gay brain.
Yeah.
And now the other part where I talk about my car is opening up too.
I like it.
So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta. Yeah. No, I gotta. I just gotta do more stand up. I think I'm in a little period right now before Lauren leaves of like just like I have done no stand up. Like,
do you want to come out tonight to Austin?
I think that's the plan. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably I don't know like 6ish now, 5:30, 6 o'clock now.
No, yeah. The
So
plan
we
is
can just go right there.
Austin's, yeah.
I'll drive with you.
Let's fucking go, dude. I want to do stand up
Let's
but I also want to be
dude.
I want to be intentional too. I mean, I want to start really like looking at what I'm doing and like planning stuff and not just going up there and be like, what the fuck am I going to talk about?
That's a bad feeling. I hate that feeling. And I had it really bad like a month ago and I was like, I need to fucking change this.
Yeah, cuz
it does been going better. Mm-hmm. Shockingly, if you fucking focus, things go better.
Yeah. Well, and also I need to like just do more. I've been like so just fucking like in this like hangout mood of just people and like, and it's for a reason, you know. It's like
people are leaving.
Yeah, people are leaving, and I'm just trying to make the most of my time with them and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like I have so much stand up. I have like at least like 3 stand up clips I could have edited. Like
oh, that's good.
And but then it's like I've had them for so long, I just haven't been on my computer like at all.
That's okay.
And but it's just like I would love to just start working harder, and like being like a more, you know, especially when you see other people like popping off and you're like, wait a minute, all right, I gotta strap down and like, you know,
that fucking guy,
keep the momentum going.
That guy got views. That guy sucks.
It's been a while since it's been that guy.
It's been a
lot of the ones. It's like, oh hell yeah, they deserve it. But
yeah,
also,
Captain.
Yeah, no.
Our dog Captain Wright, give him a Google, dude.
Yeah, Captain's been going on Instagram. Well, he's had a good TikTok thing for a while.
Yeah, he had a good TikTok, but now his Instagram's going.
Yeah,
good
no.
Too. I think and you're 20K.
It's people that you're like they deserve it, and you know, it's like,
I love Cap.
But it's also you're just watching. I'm like
Where's mine? No,
I can just so easily see the reason he's popping off because he posts a fucking clip like every other day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I just gotta work. I just gotta fucking put in the work. Yeah.
You can do it.
So yeah, you know, let's fucking go, dude.
LFG, dude.
I think the podcast is definitely we've been doing that
consistent. I'm happy about that, man. I'm gonna I'm gonna try. I think closer to when I get to New York, just we can do like 2 a week and then have some backlogged.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be back for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we can figure it out.
I'm definitely gonna visit a lot.
Come through, baby.
Well, December
girl.
10th, I'm definitely visiting.
Let's fucking.
Have I told you why
go.
December 10th is funny?
No.
It's because one December 10th, me and Spencer did acid together.
Yeah.
And then a year later, we just had shrooms and we did shrooms together and realized it was December 10th. So every December 10th for the rest of our lives, we're gonna trip together. We're gonna have children.
Let's
and I'm
go.
gonna be like, sorry, honey, I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to meet Spencer.
He's in Antarctica.
Yeah, we're doing acid with penguins.
Yeah, that'd be sick, dude.
But yeah, I'm going for that, and then also other things in my life right now it is really coming to the point of like, I just gotta move to New York. I just gotta.
Yeah, man, you got it. You'll be there with me soon enough.
And
I think there was this dude Josh Miller. He's a pretty funny Melbourne guy. He's the kind of tall guy. He's like looks ethnically ambiguous, or looks a little Jewy, and he's like kind of dry. He does jokes like this. They're good jokes. I'm not trying to be a dickhead. He's just kind of dry. But he's moving to New York in like a similar time frame to you. He's like, yeah, at some point in the next like 6 months, year or something like that. So like, hit him up, dude. He's like, I wanted to move with like one guy or something. I don't know.
That'd be lit. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, talk to Josh.
If I could start making some actual money or something.
Yeah. No, dude, you're gonna fucking. I'll give you.
You give me my allowance.
I'll give you $500 towards your going away fund.
I mean, hey,
but you have to pay me
you
back.
just be spending bread. Yeah.
You have to pay me back.
You know, of course.
1,000.
Well, no, it's just not to get too into the territory of like change and fucking life and but no, it is. I mean, the past month for me has just been so bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, especially like the person I'm involved with right now, the whole sort of storyline going on there is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels ridiculous. This is like the most like romantic, intimate, like strange period of my life because it's like it's this movie, and it's like some Before Sunrise shit of like you're leaving, and we're it's bizarre. I've never experienced anything like this. Yeah, it's like
there's a deadline.
There's a deadline, and it's also it's like growing as it's gonna, it's just weird. It's just very bizarre. So it's like all these things are at the forefront of my sort of thoughts, all this like people and change and life and all this,
Yeah.
It's like it's difficult, but to me it feels like it's a lot of like the hardest parts of my life feel so cinematic. It feels like this is like a movie or some shit. There's like character, it's like that's when Spencer was leaving. We kept joking that it's the season finale.
Yeah.
Like the party was the season finale.
Yeah, it is.
And it did feel like it. No, I mean, it did. It was like, and also things kind of came together. We kept reminiscing about stuff and kind of connecting the dots on certain things. And Spencer was like asking Carl's questions he never dared to ask before and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
Just about like clearing things up on like, it's like old storylines. And if you really broke it down, I mean, it's like your life really does kind of feel like these little story arcs,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there was a little COVID arc, and then this is what happened. This is all the tea that was in that, and this is the cancer arc or whatever. This is the... whatever.
It's crazy.
I don't know if you feel that way about life, that it feels like a fucking sitcom.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it feels like a poorly written one. I'm like, all right, when's it gonna? When are we gonna wrap things up this season? And it's like, no, that'll be a problem. Yeah, that's just still a thing. I like it's a mesh of both. That's why when like sometimes bad writing is often like the conflict didn't get resolved in a natural feeling way or whatever, and it's because life sometimes.
Doesn't
naturally the conflict would not have resolved.
Yes.
And it would have sucked, and you would have just had to go, this sucks.
Yeah.
And that would have been the natural end is like acceptance, not resolution.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, well, okay.
Yeah. No, some
this
things
will never
do
change.
not have resolution. Closure especially is a very hard thing to get in a lot of ways.
Right. Which is why a lot of
even when you get enough closure, you still want more, just because it's like there's no endings. You just keep waking up and doing stuff. But sometimes things do get resolved in a strangely symbolic or satisfying way.
In a really nice, beautiful bow on the end of it way.
And sometimes it'll take a while. I've had years, and then all of a sudden it gets wrapped up. Like the storyline's just like fucking perfect. And I'm like, all right, there you go.
Yeah.
And even like with Spencer's moving away party, it was just like this feeling of like this strange air of just like, here's all the characters, here's all the storylines that are coming together in some way or whatever. I mean, it's gonna keep going, hopefully we get renewed for another season, but Spencer's getting his little spin-off in New York. You'll eventually
Spencer goes to New York.
Yeah, once Orlando's show gets canceled, then me and you will join the the sitcom.
It's not over, dude. It's just going to a different setting.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I saw you. I saw you party, but I don't think I saw you fucked up.
I was pretty drunk.
You were pretty faded.
Yeah, I mean, we left relatively early, and I was just drinking the entire time I was there.
Yeah.
And then I was just in the car with Skate. I forgot what we were talking about.
You're the best.
Oh, baby girl, you're so beautiful.
You're so cool.
You're my baby boo. I love my baby boo. I don't remember. I was like, I was like on a roll about something. I was like, fucking. The economy is fucked up, and your fucking tits are huge, and my boner is hard. And if Obama was okay, first of all,
was she thinking it was cute?
Yeah.
He's like, there, Christoph.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
And then you got, hold on a sec. And then, so trans people.
Yeah.
I mean.
Andrew Tate, why do you get deplatformed?
Yeah. He should be on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram. You're on Instagram.
I think girls do like that because I've been in that position before of like, because it feels embarrassing like after where I'm like, I was so drunk.
What did I
dude.
say?
Yeah, but I remember some girl being like, no, it was adorable. Just being like, you're so cool. I was like,
Yeah.
you're so pretty.
Yeah, it's a joke being like, fucking Jews, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking stinky, they look like rats.
Orangutans hate Jerry Seinfeld. Well, because I couldn't really, I was kind of all over the place that night because I'd like host and like kind of be, like, make
you were,
sure everybody was cool.
Yeah,
and
you were welcoming in various friend groups as well.
Well, but I want to see you just get fucked. I want to. We gotta get drunk, just me and you hanging out.
Yeah.
Going to let's get tanked with Cameron, and it'll be like.
Yeah, Skate was saying she wanted to do like I don't know how much you care about sports, but we could go for like maybe like a college football sports bar, divey, just get hammered and watch. I can scream at the television.
I mean, definitely once pro football starts, me and Bobby.
It's college football, dude.
Well, Bobby's very excited for regular
His
football.
Cowboys.
Yeah, his Cowboys, and he's like, Joe, every Sunday we're going out to a bar and getting trashed and watching
All
football.
right, yeah, let's do it. When does football season start? October?
I don't know. We'll see soon, hopefully. But
Yeah, I don't remember when it starts. I'll wrap things up.
Sure.
We're at an hour 5.
Let's go.
I'm kind of tired.
Yeah,
you
well,
notice
get your
I was
energy
tired?
back up. I think a little bit. Yeah, I could see you in your head a little bit.
I was trying to like sit up and not be
Yeah.
slouching because like
No, that's your thing, dude.
I'm trying to keep my energy up. I hope
You know what I noticed that I don't think I've ever verbally expressed to you.
I'm really handsome.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you'll be slouching and you're just
My balls?
Yeah, I will see some bulge,
Really?
and I always think to tell you, but I'm like, it's probably not coming up on the camera. But I think I think if you looked at all of our podcasts, you could probably see bulge in like every single one of them. And sometimes I'm wondering, people are noticing at me every now and then. Look over it just to see if it's still there.
Yeah, just to see if I'm still bulging.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, my nuts be swanging. You know what I mean? I let them things hang.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, let's get drunk tonight.
Let's get really drunk.
No. I
don't
gotta
want
stop
to.
smoking cigarettes, bro. This shit's gay.
Yeah, you smoke a lot of cigarettes?
Not a lot, but like, I like it.
Yeah.
And I should stop.
Are you smoking every day?
No, but if I go out, I'll bring cigarettes.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Start vaping, dude. It's good for you.
That's honestly, I'm way more afraid of that. I think that's the timeline. What I'm afraid of is smoking too many cigarettes and then being like, I gotta switch and then start vaping. If you see me doing that, just be like, you failed. You totally failed.
L.
Yeah.
Take this L.
But yeah, no, I mean, whatever. Cancer's stupid.
All right.
See you.
You ready for this? Shit. Wait, hold on. Stop. Okay, go again. That would have done it without the sign. Close the lid better. Jesus Christ, you're fucking squirting everywhere.
It's your fault. It's not really closing.
Yeah, maybe you're weak. Oh!
I feel like it's like the right amount.
Oh! Hold on, I'll get it. Fucking pussy.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Well,
Hold
this
on.
was the next hour. I think the bottom got screwed up a little bit. That was good. Dude, it's raining.